Anderson, he threw it too late, and maybe he shouldn't have thrown it. He's trying to force it in there.
And down here in front, they rotate in a lot of backs, a lot of receivers. They even play two quarterbacks sometimes. What are the challenges in facing a team that has so many different personnel? They like to rotate in and out.
Yeah. We have to keep our guys fresh, but we have to make sure that the guys that we rotate can handle the player that they're playing against. So I think that it's a fine line there. We just can't rotate to rotate. We have to look at the matchup, see if we put some guys in. We feel like we have three corners that can go in at any time. That's going to be important to us. We have some defensive linemen that have done a good job, not a great job, but they can go in. We thin at linebacker, we thin at outside linebacker, so it all depends what position you're talking about. We're going to have to mix and match the things that we do on defense to match their personnel the whole game. It's going to be another chess match.
Ed, here on your left. You've seen some pretty good running backs here this season, Homer, P. Ryan. What makes DeAndre Swift so special?
Able to change direction. He reminds me of Geis in a lot of ways. He's 5'9", 215. He runs inside. They run what we call the down play. He runs on the inside leg of the center behind a good offensive line. He's going. He can change direction east and west just like that. He can run you right over and can catch the ball. And plus he has a lot of backup. He can stay fresh. Those guys come in, you just can't tell the difference. It looks like they have about 5 or 6 backs that can play in the NFL. Very, very impressive.
Hey, down here. You had mentioned we'd see Travis more on Saturday.
Yeah.
Just after seeing him Saturday and through the tape, how'd you feel like he played?
Thought he did very well. In fact, he rushed the passer better than anybody. You're going to see more of him. Thought he did very well.
And you mentioned the offensive line for Georgia. I think they had a couple injuries maybe at the guard position. How much does that change things in how you might see them?
Yeah, we're going to see. We'll look at them. They all look the same to me, big and strong. They all look good.
Coach, you fielded a punt at your own 5-yard line and seemed to kind of lead to a chain reaction of problems there. How do you –
Say it again now.
You fielded a punt at your own 5-yard line.
Yeah.
And that just seemed to – your offense is backed up, and
Yeah.
you only had to go 43 yards for their first score. How do you address
No,
that?
we don't want to do that. We stand on the 8. He stood at the 10, and he backed up. We'll stand on the 8, and we don't back up, and we catch everything in front of us. So we're going to get that across again this week.
Coach, Georgia leads the SEC in their total defense, and they rank second in the nation in their scoring defense. What is it that you want to see more of from your team in order to prepare for this?
We have to quit shooting ourselves in the foot. We get a big first down, we had a holding penalty, turnovers. We go down the field and we get some sacks. Anytime you get 1 or 2 sacks, it's hard to score. Negative plays. We had 11 tackles for loss against us. So now we have to eliminate the negative plays, protect the quarterback better, sustain drives, and not have penalties that end the drive.
I know it's early in his career, but is there a signature look to a Kirby Smart defense or team that you can say, yeah, they always do this well?
Yeah, he plays base defense a lot. He doesn't have to blitz. They don't have a lot of sacks. They do affect the quarterback. They stop the run. They're big. He's a 3-4 team. They tackle well. They have big, impressive personnel, and their corners lock up. They can play 8 men in the box, and they can play man coverage with anybody they want to.
Ed, after losing the first game, as a psychologist, what's your message to the team going forward starting this week?
Yeah, we have to digest this one. This one hurt, and we're not going to overlook what happened. But we're going to forget about it after today, although it's going to be hard. And we're going to address it with the team. We have several things we're going to talk to the team about, show them some different situations where we didn't play as good as we could have, show them the technical errors that we made. It's execution. All it was execution. And then move forward from that. But I do believe that our team, the leadership is going to come through. I've gotten calls from several guys already. Coach, what you want our message to be to the team, and I told them. But we're going to go through the process. The 24-hour rule today, we're going to look at it, and then we're going to press on to Georgia.
What was kind of, I guess, the process for what went into Jonathan Giles changing his number last week?
You know, I went to him, asked him if it was too much pressure. He said no. I said, well, how about you change it up? What's your favorite number? I said, I got these numbers available. He said, Coach, I'll wear 12. I just think it took the pressure off of him.
Coach, over here, you recruit Georgia, they recruit this state. From a perception standpoint and a recruiting standpoint, how important is this game, one? And when you look at the fact that the recruiting between the upper echelon schools is so intense, does that add an extra importance to a game like this?
Sure, no question. There'll be some of our top recruits going to be here. They're going to be watching. They're going to be looking at Georgia. They're going to be looking at us, style of play, what type of university it is. I think this is a very important game for that matter. We've done very well in the state of Georgia. Guys like Arden Key, a lot of guys in the NFL, we want to continue to do that. And we want to keep them out of our backyard. I mean, there's no question about that, and it's a continual fight.
Just a two-part. I didn't get to ask this after the game. Devin White wasn't in on their first touchdown. Was that just a sub-injury thing?
No, I think that was more of a rotation with Dave. It was just a rotation, keep him fresh. You know, I asked the coaches to rotate our guys early so we can win the game in the fourth quarter. And obviously, I think it was just a rotation deal.
And is there any conversation between you and Dave about getting some safety help down in the box because you're light at linebacker?
Yeah.
You have some guys filled there.
You know, Dave knows all that. I mean, that would be mute for me to say.
On the right, Coach. Since you've been the coach, you've not lost back-to-back games. Is there anything the week after a loss that you change or do differently that's helped you in your team's rebound?
You know, I try to be the same every week, but I think this week that they'll probably feel me a little bit more, and the attention to the details, I hope would be the same this week. I think we've got their attention. We let our hands down. We should have won that football game. We had a chance to win that game, and they're going to see it today. They know it. I think the team is hungry. This is going to be a tremendous challenge for us, so we can't hang on to this for a long time. Georgia's got our attention, had everybody's attention all year. Now it's time to focus in on them, and it'll be a tremendous challenge for us. I'm glad we have them at home.
Now that we're 6 games in and have a decent sample size, I guess how would you kind of review what you've seen from Joe Burrow through 6 games?
A leader, very tough. He's black and blue today. Doesn't complain a bit. Smart, makes great decisions, but he's not Superman. Nobody is, you know, and can run the football, can throw the football. I think he's playing good for us. There's a lot of things that he can get better at, but we need to help him out too.
Hey, Ed, down here. You know, with the pass rush, you had said at the beginning of the year that you guys wanted to be more aggressive, more tackles for lost sacks, and you know, in games like Saturday and others before, when teams are starting to kind of exploit some of those, you know, weaknesses, do you feel like it becomes where you're more in a position where you have to be reactionary and instead of aggressive? And I mean, is there a point where you feel like it becomes different than what you want it to be?
Yeah, you know, we're a lot more multiple on defense than we've been here. You know, basically we played 2 defenses for 3 years or 2 years with Dave, and now we're blitzing, we're slanting more, and we're doing a lot more things. I think it comes down to making. We had several times chances to make some sacks. We missed them. We missed some tackles for loss in the backfield. I think it's a combination of both. We're trying to create more negative plays by blitzing and slanting. We're just not getting it done right now.
Coach, as disappointing as last weekend was, can you speak to if you can find a way to win this game, you're really back in the hunt for everything, right?
Yeah,
You control your own destiny.
You know, we look at it one game at a time. No, we don't talk like that. Don't speak like that at all. This is a very hectic schedule, as we all know, and it's passed by so fast. If you look back in August, it's like a blink of an eye that we're already on our 7th game, and we're playing Georgia, and we're 5-1. We're proud of that. We made a lot of strides as a football team. We've still got a long ways to go. We got some tough opponents coming in, so we're just taking one game at a time, try to get better every week, see what happens.
Coach, here on your right, not a lot of retired names in LSU football history. Coach Stovall gets that this week. Can you talk about your relationship with him?
been fantastic. He was here when I got recruited here, and obviously he's a household name. Only other Louisiana coach to be the head coach at LSU. He has embraced me since I've been here, become a friend. He's been to practice 2 or 3 times. He comes to the booster luncheons. I speak to him all the time. He's always welcome. I think it was the first time he had come back to LSU since he was let go. I think that was last year. Coach Pete Jenkins got it done for us. He led the team in prayer. It meant a lot to him. He's been to practice several times. A great player, a great coach, a great Louisiana man. Can't say enough good things about him.
Coach in the middle here, just could you elaborate on Jake Fromm and just Georgia's ability to seemingly reload at the quarterback position with a playmaker?
Smart. Can throw the deep ball, play action pass. He's protected well. He is surrounded by great athletes. Can move in the pocket, bootlegs, nakeds, waggles, all that stuff. Can run if he has to. And then if they want to go a dual threat quarterback, they'll bring in Justin Fields. So they've got it all.
Coach, you alluded to Georgia's pass rush numbers being low. I was surprised they're last in the SEC in sacks.
Yeah.
What gives them? They got a lot of talent, obviously. Why are
Yeah.
those numbers so low?
Yeah, I think that it's more of the way they're affecting the quarterback. I know they lost a couple of guys to first-round draft choices. They don't have that speed off the edge, but they're still dangerous. They're physical. They're one of the best defenses in the country. I think that their philosophy is more or less is affecting the quarterback, pass rush lanes, make you get rid of the ball quick. All right, guys, have a good day.